taking a rest stop on the James River. You ever been here? Let's see if I can find a spot over here. Might be some cars pulling up, so it's a little bit noisy here. I haven't done live on location like this before, so, well, I have. Let's see. Anyway, it's a pretty day out here. Hopefully you can hear me because I didn't bring my microphone. There's a little bit of a breeze here. So a lot of old history here, going back to 1600s, and even before that. You know, pretty much it was, this became a landing spot for a lot of people, including pirates, I believe. I've studied a little bit of the history, but not all of it. I do know that there were people who actually, some of the locals who worked on the museum down here, who said that when they were excavating the museum, they found bones. A little trivial fact. Boy, I wish I had a metal detector. Just saying. Oh, I know it's one of the things you can't do around here. Boy, the vines around here would be great. Anyway, I didn't want to show myself too much, but I'm gonna walk the river. Actually, this would be like one of those really good meditation sound rivers, you know, you've got the waves here. Is that a shark? No, just kidding. You never know. Anyway, I know I haven't been live for a while. I might try to go live later. And actually, this is a nice spot in the summertime. A lot of the history around here involved Indians from a long time ago. I actually have a friend whose family goes back to the first landing. Actually, there's a point that was named after him across the river. here comes a helicopter. Since there's a lot of Navy bases and a lot of military bases in the area, sometimes you will see planes, helicopters. I know what this one is. Let's see. It's like your average helicopter. So I just took my motorcycle for a ride down here, and it's been a nice day. Actually, a day off, which is pretty amazing. I usually don't get a day off. I usually get people and they're telling me about a sighting of a dog or something that I'm working on. I was working on a missing person case. Unfortunately, rather tragic. We believe there was a suicide. And lots of other cases. So when it's a day off, I really I'm trying to avoid the phone, but I have to lead people to their pets, if there's a missing pet. So what I should do is try to hook this up to my motorcycle and see if I can ride. I know I don't have a GoPro, and I really should have one. I really lack technical equipment, but sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's better just to see the basic stuff. Hey, I remember when the sound system was actually a Walkman. In fact, I was really cool because I had one of those really small Walkmans, with the headphones. It even had an FM radio on it. Just looking at comments here. The only thing is there are sandflies here right now. And that's the time of the year. You get these little flies on the river. Let's see, do I feel any entities in this area? Quite a lot. I mean, I see the history here from a long time ago. I see ships coming in. Jamestown was like a really, it's a pretty eventful place because, it all started to get populated and then everybody sort of disappeared. I think a lot of boats went back to England, and the people who survived went up north. A lot of them settled into other places. It was really a rugged landscape. And the old fort that they had here was really a fort with walls, of logs, pointed logs, and it was very rustic. Actually, I did an investigation on this river I don't know, a couple of years ago. It was a man who he was in the newspaper. Unfortunately, his boat capsized off of this river in a storm, and so somebody somebody in the area was asking me. She was either a friend of the family or something, and was asking me what happened because he was a pretty skilled, boat person. And when the storms come through here, it can be pretty heavy waves and stuff. And I felt like he hit his head on the boat. And they didn't find him till days later. And I felt he hit his head. I think the boat was found, but they didn't find him. Also did a murder investigation quite a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, down towards Virginia Beach. But actually, it was on the James River. It was towards the end of the river. And it was I think it was a boyfriend who murdered his wife. That was also in the newspapers. And I actually went down there on the scene, and I think the FBI was involved, but they stopped the investigation. But I had a feeling of where her remains were, and it was towards the inlet of the river here. It wasn't, but maybe a year later that somebody was fishing and they found bones in the beach. That was the last I heard about it. But when you have rivers and tides, you get a lot of serious stuff. That was a terrible one, though. Really terrible. I think I met with the family. But anyway, so there's quite a few. Anyway, nice area. I'm getting eaten by sandflies right now. If you go a little further down this river, you hit College Creek. And that's kind of a famous spot as well. Just a little bit further down the river. I don't know if I can walk it from here because I might get wet. Surprised I'm getting a signal here. I think I am. Here we go. A little further down the river. This is not far from a spot where I saw the entity of a man, a ghost. And I saw him near the trees over here. I've also heard similar stories of people spotting entities that just pop out. And those are what I call like full apparitions. Very lively spirits. you know, they can come in different ways. Sometimes it's just a feeling, and then other times you can see part of a person, or you can see the whole person, sometimes the face, and they just pop out. I think this area is kind of closed up at night, but it is fun at night. Actually, I don't know if you can see it, but over there, across the river, some boat slips, stuff like that. I have been there at night. In fact, if you go a little further down there is Kings Mill. Kings Mill is where they have the PGA golf tournament. A lot of expensive homes. So anyway, hope you're all doing well. If you want, I will try to go live later. I know, I've just been busy working. Do readings like all day long. I usually do readings in the morning, and then at night I have readings from the West Coast and other time zones, stuff like that. And it's been really busy. It's been hard to keep track of all the different stuff that I've been working on, but I try my best. Maggie says, please go live. Okay, I'll do it just for Maggie. And Amy says, we have the James River that runs through South Dakota too. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I'm just walking through the landscape a bit. Looks like they've been doing some work on the edge of the river. There's been a little bit of erosion. Oh, there's a big boat over there. I don't know if you can see that far. I can't zoom in, right? No. If I was doing a video, I could zoom in. That is cool. It's a big transport boat, flat. Sometimes what I do, I have taken the ferry across the river before. So if you go across the river, you end up in Suffolk County. Very pretty over there. Actually, a lot of Civil War history down that way too. One of the things that I do enjoy, I do use my motorcycles for transportation, but one thing I do enjoy is going to different areas. And for some reason, I get a whole bunch of different energy when I'm on a bike versus the car. And I have been into places that are very negative, very, very dark energy, and I can't wait to get out of them. And somebody was asking, are you talking about your own head? Yeah. Um, oh, God, someone said, oh, you can zoom in. Oh, I did not. Okay. I know. Things we learn. Here, try to zoom out. Everybody's probably getting dizzy right now. I know. I don't even have one of those stick things. Well, I do. I used it on my last video to hold the phone. Anyway, well, thanks for everybody joining me. The energy here is very, I don't know how to describe it when I go through here. I mean, I feel all the history, but then I go to the newer history. I mean, I go to more the recent past. And you know, this is the Colonial Parkway where the Parkway murders happened. Although I feel they happened a little further up going towards Yorktown. See, this is the Colonial Parkway. And let me see if I can get back up here. Colonial Parkway goes from Jamestown to Yorktown. So you go from one river to another. I personally live on the York River. And so here's one of the signs over here, actually. See if you can see this, okay. Indians knew this as the Powhatan River. The colonists renamed it in honor of their sovereign James I. It is one of Virginia's longest and broadest rivers. Rising in the Appalachians, it flows eastward, often soil-laden, 340 miles to the Chesapeake Bay. Its mouth is the world-famous Hamptons Roads. So there you have it. And this is the Colonial Parkway. The whole road is this kind of gravelly turf. I mean, it's cement, but it's a rough road. A lot of people stop here to go fishing too. But I am going to go over to my bike. And I think I better get going. Anyway, I thought I'd show you all this, and if I get a chance later, I will go live. There is one more sign here. I was going to post it, but I didn't know how to post a picture here. see if I can. So it's talking about Saint Simon, 1781, Siege of Yorktown, Colonial National Historic Park, National Park Service. Okay. On September 2nd, 1781, a flotilla of transports sailed up the James River, bringing the first French troops to Virginia during the American Revolutionary War. These 3,200 soldiers were under the command of Major General Claudin de Rouvroy, Marquis de Saint-Simon, and included the regiments of Touraine, Katanas, and Agenoi. And they also said Madonna was there too. Just kidding. They had sailed from French-controlled Santo Domingo in the Caribbean. Anyway, a lot of history. Now it's getting kind of crowded here. So I'm going to say goodbye at this point, but I will try to come on later. And see how I can control this. Doesn't give me an option. But I'll check in later with you all. It's just a bit of noise here. Actually, there's a plane. There's an airport nearby. Pretty cool. So I'm going to end it now. But it was nice talking to you, and